I will teach you how to feel it, not to think it, not to wish it, not to hope it, but to feel it so deeply, so completely, that the world around you must bend and rearrange itself to mirror the reality you have claimed within. You have been taught to chase results, to look outside for signs, to measure your progress by what your eyes can see. But I tell you, your eyes are the last to know. The first to know is your inner being, that quiet, sacred place where imagination whispers and emotion breathes life into the unseen. To feel it, you must first be willing to drop the effort of trying. Trying says, I do not yet have it. Trying carries the vibration of absence. Feeling says, it is done, I am. And when you dwell in the state of already having, the outside world is compelled to follow. Close your eyes. Forget where you are for a moment. Let the weight of your current circumstances fall away, like garments you no longer need. In this stillness, step into the scene of your desire. Do not look at it from a distance. Be inside it. Let it wrap around you. Let its sounds and scents and textures become real. Hear the voices that would speak to you if it had already happened. Feel the weight of the object in your hands, the warmth of the environment you stand in. Let it be now. You see, the secret is not to make anything happen. The secret is to live from the state in which it already has happened. If you want love, you must feel loved. Not tomorrow, but in this breath. If you want abundance, you must feel abundant. Not once it appears, but now, as if you have always been surrounded by it. Emotion is the language of creation. Thought paints the picture, but feeling breathes it into life. If your thought is the seed, your feeling is the rich soil that makes it grow. And, like a seed, it does not need your constant digging and checking. It needs your trust, your quiet knowing that it will bloom in its time. The world will try to distract you with facts, with logic, with reality. But the only reality that matters is the one you hold in consciousness. There is nothing outside of you that was not first inside of you. So when you feel it here, you will see it there. Do not wait for the outer to give you permission to feel. The outer is only the echo. You are the voice. You are the origin. And once you master this, you will understand that you are never at the mercy of circumstances. Circumstances are at the mercy of you. So I will teach you how to feel it. Not someday, not when it's convenient, but now, because now is the only place creation ever happens. Feeling is not a shallow emotion or a fleeting mood. It is the deep, sustained conviction that what you desire is already yours. The moment you embody that conviction so fully that you no longer hope for it but know it, creation is finished within you. You have, in that instant, planted the seed in the invisible realm, and the outer world has no choice but to grow it into form. Most people believe creation begins when they take action in the physical world. But action without the correct inner state is powerless. It is movement without alignment. The true act of creation happens in consciousness first, in that quiet moment when you slip into the reality of your wish fulfilled and accept it as fact. When you feel it, truly feel it, you no longer question if it will happen. There is no tension, no desperation. You become calm, grounded, and certain because you are no longer chasing the outcome. You are dwelling in it. The mind begins to reorganize itself. The body adjusts to the new state, and your perception shifts so you naturally notice opportunities, people, and pathways that align with your desire. The world outside might not change instantly, but it will change because the outer is simply a mirror. And a mirror cannot reflect something different unless you change what stands before it. Feeling is the way you change that reflection, not by struggling, but by saturating your inner world with the tones and sensations of the reality you claim. Most people approach their desires like distant destinations, forever walking toward them, but never truly arriving. They live in a constant state of almost, telling themselves one day, when it happens, I'll feel the way I want to feel. But this approach keeps the desire out of reach because it is rooted in the belief that you do not yet have it. To live from your desire is entirely different. It means you stop positioning it in the future and instead occupy the mental and emotional state where it is already real. You begin to think, speak, and act from the version of yourself who already possesses the thing you once longed for. This is not pretending. It is aligning your inner self with the reality you choose and letting the outer world follow. When you live toward something, every step you take is tinged with the vibration of not yet. Your energy is shaped by absence, and absence can only create more absence. But when you live from the fulfilled state, your thoughts and actions carry the certainty of it is done. You radiate the quiet confidence of one who needs no proof, because proof already exists in your inner world. Living from your desire naturally alters your behavior without force. You choose differently, speak differently, and notice possibilities that were invisible before. You no longer ask, when will it happen? Because in your reality, it already has. The people around you sense the shift, even if they cannot explain it, because your energy no longer seeks. Your energy expresses. Thought is the blueprint, but emotion is the force that breathes life into it. A vision without feeling is like a seed scattered on barren ground. It may exist in concept, but it cannot grow. Emotion is the fertile soil in which thought takes root, and it is the medium through which your inner world communicates with the unseen intelligence that shapes reality. When you hold an idea in your mind and flood it with genuine emotion, you send out a signal that cannot be ignored. It is not the casual, surface-level feeling that matters, but the deep, sustained sensation of already having what you desire. This feeling imprints itself on your subconscious, and your subconscious, in turn, directs your actions, your perceptions, and even the events that unfold around you. The universe does not respond to empty wishes or mechanical affirmations. It responds to the emotional frequency you sustain. If your thoughts say, I am wealthy, but your feelings echo scarcity, the feeling will override the thought because it carries more weight and depth. In the same way, if your thoughts doubt but your feelings hold unshakable certainty, the feeling will still prevail. This is why many fail. They try to think their way into a new reality without ever feeling their way into it. They recite words without the living energy behind them. But when you merge thought with the emotional reality of fulfillment, you set creation in motion with unstoppable momentum. Emotion speaks directly to the language of reality because it bypasses resistance and logic. It is raw, undeniable, and magnetic. The moment you feel something as real, the outer world begins to adjust itself to mirror that inner conviction, because it must answer to the vibration you have claimed within. Everything you experience in the physical world is a delayed reflection of what you have already accepted within yourself. Your outer life is not an independent force. It is an echo, a mirror, a shadow cast by the inner state you consistently occupy. Change does not begin with action. It begins with the quiet, invisible shift in the way you think, feel, and identify yourself. Most people attempt to rearrange the outer world first, thinking that if they can manipulate circumstances, they will feel differently inside. But this approach is backwards. The outer cannot give you what you have not first created within. Even if you manage to change external conditions through force, they will eventually revert to match your dominant inner state, because the cause always precedes the effect. When you decide who you are within, when you take hold of a new identity in consciousness and live in harmony with it, the world has no choice but to conform. Opportunities, people, and events begin to appear, not because you are chasing them, but because you have shifted into the version of reality where they naturally exist. Think of it like tuning a radio. The station you hear is determined by the frequency you set. If you want different music, you don't force the current station to play it. You change the frequency. In the same way, if you want new results in life, you must first tune the inner frequency by aligning your thoughts and feelings with the reality you desire. The power to shape your world has never been outside of you. It has always lived within, waiting for you to claim it. The secret is not in struggle, not in endless striving, but in the art of feeling your desire as already fulfilled. Feeling is not a passive state. It is the act of creation itself. It is the moment you step beyond hope and into certainty, the moment you stop looking toward and begin living from. When you feel it deeply, you are not simply imagining, you are aligning with the reality that already exists in the unseen. Emotion becomes your language of command, speaking directly to the creative force that shapes all things. The thoughts you choose become vivid with life when wrapped in the sensation of, "it is done." And the outer world, slow though it may seem, cannot resist this inner authority. It must mirror what you have accepted as true. To live in this way is to understand that the inner always precedes the outer. You no longer beg circumstances to change, nor wait for proof before believing. Instead, you plant the seed within and trust the natural process that brings it to bloom. You stop acting as a seeker and begin acting as a possessor. This is not wishful thinking. It is deliberate creation. It is the recognition that life answers always and without exception to the feeling you sustain. Change the feeling and you change the echo. Step into the state where your desire is already real. Hold it as though it has always been yours, and you will watch as the world rearranges itself to match the truth you have claimed within.